welcome back to Rose Hill Gardens, where as you can see, the crowd is building in the stands for the main race, the Coolmore Classic, coming up a little bit later in the show. But right now we're down at the Maya Marquee, where it's all about fashions, frivolity and fun. Now, first of all, I'm going to speak to Maya CEO Bernie Brooks. Welcome, and first of all, this is a big day for Maya, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's the lead into what is a fantastic Golden Slipper Carnival. We're very proud to be associated with the Sydney Turf Club. We're here for one reason only, and that is to watch people get frocked up. And I tell you what, there is some fantastic fashion, not only in the marquee, but fashions on the field. We're really proud to be part of what is a grand day. It's a very important day for us because from here we springboard into the Spring Racing Carnival, and we springboard into what really will be a fantastic series of events over the next 12 months.
And I'm sure you've got a great eye for it. And definitely all about fashion over here, but definitely all about fashion over here. Welcome Laura Dundovich, Miss Universe Australia. Now, you've had an absolute rocket ride of a year. Have you enjoyed it?
I've had a fantastic time. Been busy and meeting lots of people, doing lots of travelling, and I love being at the races, and I'm getting out here quite a lot, so having a lot of
that's
fun.
good because you're at the races a lot. Have you got a tip for us for the main race?
I do actually. I'd like to say that I know all about racing, but this one's just been passed on to me. But for the STC Coolmore Classic, I'm going to go with Judged.
There you go, boys. A very hot tip, so I hope you win some money on that one.
Good on you, Gian. Thanks for that. We'll try and win some money in the Canterbury Stakes Group 2 level. This is the 79th running of the Canterbury Stakes. I reckon Wayne Harris has actually seen all of them. Triple Honour is at 26.20. Racing to Win, obviously not with us. All Silent. Plenty of money coming for All Silent at $6.30. El Cambio, also in betting, is firm at $12.90. Name what odds you want then for the last few on that first page. Murder Jill at $35+. Let's go over the page. And Forensics, of course, plenty of money for Forensics. What a mare she is, $5.60. And the one they all want is Northern Meteor at $1.70. So the punters are coming for Northern Meteor. Wayne Harris, sorry for that crack I just had at you. Don't say anything bad about me. Triple Honour.
Triple Honour trained here on the track. He failed down the straight last start in the Newmarket. He was obviously going well enough to take him down there to try to take on a race like that. His second up form's not that bad, and he's got wet track form, so I'm sure he'll run well here today. A bit of odds, throw him in your trifectas.
The three is All Silent. Graham Begg, Damien Oliver. Joe?
Early favourite for the Doncaster Handicap, a half-brother to Private Steer. He's been trialling very well. His first up performance at Randwick in the Group 3 Liverpool City Stakes was very good. He found the line strongly. He'll improve here second up today. I think he can almost win.
The four is El Cambio, Peter Snowden, Darren Beaton.
His runs haven't been all that bad. He did beat All Silent home the other day at Randwick in the Liverpool City Cup, but I don't think he should have. I think All Silent was a bit unlucky there. This horse has got pretty good second up form, and if he does his best, he's always around the money.
Second to the Gay Waterhouse runners is number 5, and that's Royal Discretion.
Missed the start when first up last time out, Simon, and it was a pretty good effort to run 7th and only be beaten just over 3 lengths, but here today I think he's outclassed.
The 6 to be ridden by Peter Roble is Murder Jill. You get a funny feeling with Murder Jill, Wayno, that if he was born in another era he would have won a lot of big races.
He's always had a rap on him. He's had a couple of stable changes. Obviously a very, very good horse. And he's only got to live up to his run in the Doomben 10,000 last year when he went second to Apache Cat. But he is a stallion, and that's a bit of a worry. I think he mixes his form a bit.
How's the form of the 7 mentality? It looks a bit up and down in recent times, Joe.
He won this race last year, and doesn't Wayne Hawkes and Michael Hawkes and their father, of course, John, know how to win this race. They've won it 4 times, including the past 3 runnings. Mentality not out of the chances here today at the price. His run last start at Group 1 level was quite encouraging.
The 8 is Black Piranha.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit outclassed here, Simon. I'd like to see him run well for the Karakatsanis family. I just think he's a level below these horses. But he'll do his best for a long, long way.
Forensics, the 9, full of class. I just got a funny feeling that the punters are letting us slip by a little bit and giving some value for a mare that is an absolute superstar.
And it's been a while since a mare's won this race, Simon. In fact, we have to go back to 1995 when Miss Kariba won it. But Forensics is a real superstar, and I know that there's some stable confidence for her here today, having spoken to them earlier this afternoon here at the track. She's the Group 1 winner of the Maya Classic over the spring in Melbourne, and doesn't she look absolutely magnificent?
Joe, the Golden
Slipper
Slipper winner from 2 years ago. Don't forget that. She's a very good filly.
The 10 Northern Meteor, an excellent run in the Newmarket last last start, Wayno, up here on home ground again.
Yeah, just I don't know whether he really fancied that straight track there. I know he'd won it before, but it was a lot stronger race the other day. I think he just got a lot lost in the running. I believe he's travelled back here well. He's done very well. It's going to be very hard to beat. They're getting away from the fence a little bit. It's a bit of a worry. This horse will probably lead and try to dictate. Just where he's going to go to down the straight there, I'm not quite sure.
Okay, let's have a look at the tips from Joe and Wayne. You've gone different ways. Northern Meteor on top for you, Wayne.
Yes, I just think he's going to be able to dictate his time. As I said, they're going to run him down. Forensics, she's a class act. Watch for All Silent to be storming home and running well for the Doncaster.
And All Silent for you, Joe?
I'm a real fan of All Silent, and I'm sticking with him here today. There's no doubt Northern Meteor's the horse to beat, but he's at very short odds, and we know Forensics will run her usual honest race here today.
Canterbury Stakes coming your way on the Wide World of Sports after this break. Don't go away.
Yep. Yeah, but that's... And what a lovely day it has turned out to be here in Sydney. What a fabulous shot of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Welcome back to Maya, Sydney Confidential Ladies' Day here at Rose Hill Gardens. Let's have a look at the totes for the Canterbury Stakes now, the Group 2 race coming up in just a moment. The real firmer here has been Forensics, which has been a bit of a surprise coming back from a spell. But the real one on course that punters seem to be drifting a little bit away from, but definitely not on the tote, is Northern Meteor. I think it could be a really big day for Gay. She's got a couple of really great runners. Also a little bit of action in the ring has been Royal Discretion, which has come from $18 into $14. So a little bit of money in their ring, Simon, but a little bit of, I say, a lot of money for all the Gay Waterhouse horses here on course today.
Good on you. Thanks for that, Emma. Nicely describing the Sydney Harbour Bridge too. I thought it's a wonderful bridge and really makes you want to visit Sydney every now and then, but don't know how you live here.
I'm glad we take you out to the airport after the races, just quietly.
Joe, you're a Melbourne girl. What are you thinking of Sydney?
I miss Melbourne, but I am a fan of Sydney. It's a great city to live in, especially at this time of year.
An old country road, take me home, John Denver. That's what I like. Oh, too big, very big place, this Sydney. Well, very big race, the Canterbury Stakes, the Maya Canterbury Stakes, the 79th running Gay Waterhouse. She's got the one that the punters want in Northern Meteor, coming off an excellent run in the Newmarket, particularly when you look that it was only the horse's sixth start in a Group 1 race with that sort of pressure.
I think the only query here, Simon, a few people have mentioned, can he handle the sting out of the ground? You know, he's been placed on a dead track before. It does affect some horses. I think they're sooks if they can't handle a dead track. I think it's perfect ground for most gallopers. Jars out of it, and if you're looking for excuses that way, the dead track's going to beat a horse. I think they're a sook.
All Silent looks well, and Joe, you're expecting him to really put his hoof on the till second up?
I do think he'll run very well today. He'll be finishing off very fast. Look for him on the line. Hopefully he wins because he's my top selection.
He'll need a little bit of speed on Joe, and I'm just worried that Blake Shin's going to stack them up in front and make him do too much work to get home. We'll soon see.
Ready to go, Bill.
Loading pretty well for this 1,300 metre race at Group 2 level. They're not far about all being there. Perfect surface, dead ground here at Rosehill Gardens. Let's go to our caller for the Canterbury Stakes at Group 2 level as Mentality takes his place in the field, and that's Mark Sheen.
All in, Bill.
They'll be away any minute now. Racing, Northern Meteor jump well. Shin's going to drive him out of the stalls to keep the inside running and lead from Royal Discretion. Triple Honour began well, and Murder Jill starting to go up on the outside and improve. But Northern Meteor will just hold him out for the moment, but Murder Jill's pressed on to go up and shade him now. So Murder Jill takes over from Northern Meteor. He's going to let Murder Jill go. Triple Honour third from Royal Discretion, then came Mentality out wide. All Silent into the centre, followed by Black Piranha, El Cambio second last. And Forensics, she's a little bit run off her feet early. She's gone back to last of all. Murder Jill crossed over onto the fence and led by about 2 lengths on Triple Honour. Northern Meteor will have to come off the speed. He's running third on the inside. Then came Mentality, followed by Royal Discretion. 2 to All Silent, Black Piranha. And the stablemates are back at the rear. Forensics and El Cambio on the swing for home, and the leader Murder Jill. Northern Meteor's got plenty of room to come through. Triple Honour on his outside. 2 to Royal Discretion. And then came All Silent. El Cambio. Forensics is still back at the rear. I don't like Northern Meteor at the moment. Triple Honour raced up to take the lead from Murder Jill. All Silent is flying down the centre. Here comes All Silent. He raced up for Oliver to take the lead. Forensics is charging home later. All Silent in front of Forensics. All Silent wins it. All Silent won it by a neck on Forensics. Third home Royal Discretion from Black Piranha. Then Northern Meteor. Triple Honour was next, followed by Mentality, El Cambio, and Murder Jill has set the speed, knocked up and finished last of all.
Joe McKinnon spot on, $4.90 and $1.60 for All Silent, and didn't he finish strongly, coming off a fifth in the Liverpool into this race, and he is a very good horse.
He had no luck at all in that race. I think their connection's a bit disappointed in the ride there. He should have finished a lot closer. Ticking away towards a Doncaster. That was brilliant today. Good on you, Joe. The race just changed complexity completely. We thought Northern Meteor would go to the front. Murder Jill ruined that. He ran along and made sure it was a truly run race, and that had opened it up for horses like All Silent and Forensic to finish off.
I was very relieved to see Murder Jill go to the front and
great initiative.
Set a more definite clip in the race, and perhaps that's what brought Northern Meteor undone. But when he was asked to let go in the last couple of hundred, Northern Meteor today was...
He had to change course on him a couple of times. He didn't know whether to come around the leader or go back inside. And I don't think you can do that on horses, especially when there's shifty ground. All Silent got the outside, had the lovely open, clear running, and uninterrupted. Too good, showed his class.
Take nothing away from Forensic. First up this preparation, coming off a win in the Maya Classic back in the spring.
Interesting story behind this winner too, Simon. He was formerly racing in Hong Kong, but the confined environment there he just did not cope with at all. So he's found his way back to Australia and into the very capable hands of Graham Begg, and he's done a wonderful job to get this horse mentally right and racing in the fettle that he is.
Yeah, well, he's coping with the environment pretty well, horse and rider here after winning the Canterbury Stakes. Here's the jock with Claire Bird, Damien Oliver.
Yeah, got Ollie here. This horse looks like he might be one out of the box, a bit above average.
Certainly is, Claire. I rode him in the spring for the first time, and coming back and riding him for the first time this autumn, as soon as I sat on him, he's really filled out and much stronger horse. And he just exploded today when I let him go.
Now, are we going to see you back on him again?
You'll take the one to get me off him.
Now, just a little bit about this track where I've had 5 races now. How's it playing?
I think the track's racing really well. Seem to be winning inside.